Hello class, we're back for the final time to discuss the Secure Shell Protocol, or SSH. My name is Josh Williams, and this presentation is for Professor Green's Fall Semester 2019 ISA 4220 class. So with SSH, we want to be able to answer these three main questions. What is it? How does it work? And why is it important in today's information technology industry? Excuse me. First off, what is SSH? Secure Shell, or better known as SSH, is a network protocol that is commonly used in today's industry to securely connect two computers when trying to connect them remotely. This connection is typically used when an unsecure network is present to better protect the data being transferred between the devices. Next, how does it do this, or how does it work? SSH uses cryptographic encryption and the client-server model, which is connecting a secure shell client application, which is the end of the session, where it is displayed, with an SSH server, the end at which the session runs, as depicted in Figure 1. The encryption used in SSH allows for secure sessions to be established and authenticated between these two nodes. SSH implementations often include support for application protocols used for terminal emulation or file transfers. So SSH can generally be used by connecting to port 22 using just your basic terminal application or an application such as PuTTY, while SSH can be accessed using the user credentials, such as username and password. SSH commonly authenticates both the client and the server with separate key pairs. In order to accomplish this, you will need to generate a unique public key pair for each host, one key pair for the authentication of the remote access, and another for the authentication of the local machine. And then lastly, so why is SSH important? SSH allows users and administrators to access several functional benefits such as remote access, secure file transfer sessions and packets, secure command line interaction, and secure network infrastructure management. This network protocol is a more secure way to transfer data and to remotely connect to servers than previous protocols such as Telnet. So on to hardening and how to secure an already seemingly secure protocol. So SSH is secure when used properly. However, in order to enhance that security and expand the mitigation of attacks, it would be beneficial to implement the following recommendations. The first recommendation I have for you guys is to establish a firewall if not already there, but not only to establish a firewall, but implement rules that only allow SSH communications through a specified port. Most cases this port will be 22, which is the default port for SSH, but you can change it to further your security. We're not going to be doing that in this class, but you can. Next would be to introduce a TCP wrapper. A TCP wrapper will give you a host-based access control list, or ACL, that allows you to filter who can access the SSH server. You would implement this by denying all traffic by modifying the host.deny file first, then allow specific IPs in the host.allow file. This will allow that IP to be the only one allowed to access the SSH server. Additionally, you can set idle timeout intervals. This allows sessions that are not being actively used to be terminated. This can be edited by modifying the client alive interval module. From here, you can set a time in minutes that the session will stay open when being actively used. And then lastly, instead of using a normal password-based login, a better way to use or to secure the authentication is using public keys. Keys are considered much safer and less prone to a brute force attack. You would do this by disabling the password authentication to force users to use public keys. So in conclusion, SSH is an important protocol to securely connect to another computer or server remotely. This protocol typically uses port 22 and is secured using cryptographic encryption of public key pairs. You can harden SSH by following the recommendations I presented in the last slide. However, there are more tips and tricks on how to harden SSH. Additionally, these will allow users and admins to make changes, transfer files remotely, without the higher risk of a sniffer stealing the data because the traffic is being cryptographically encrypted. So thank you for taking the time to watch my presentation, and please leave any comments in the D2L section provided by Professor Green.